So I know how confusing it is to figure out which drone to get. And that's why in this video, I've got the DJI Neo versus the DJI Mini 2 SE. So you can see they both have a very small footprint. They're both mini drones. The Neo weighs 135 grams, so it's minuscule, and the Mini 2 SE weighs 249 grams. So both of them are under that 250 gram mark, so you don't have to worry about registration, you don't have to worry about a lot of the rules and regulations that limit the larger drones. Still make sure that you fly the drone in line of sight and that you follow all of the rules and regulations for your area though, or for your country, but it does make a huge difference, especially when it comes to travel and transport. When it comes to the camera quality, the Mini 2 SE has a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor, and it can capture 2.7K video. Now the DJI Neo can capture 4K video, and it has a 1/2 inch sensor. Now when it comes to the video quality, they are pretty similar here. The Neo, even though it can capture 4K, isn't any better necessarily than the Mini 2 SE, and at times I would say the Mini 2 SE actually has better video quality, even though it's only 2.7K. So just keep those in mind. Would say the stabilization though from the Mini 2 SE is a lot better. The Neo, occasionally when it's really windy or when the camera's looking down, the video can be a bit shaky, where the Mini 2 SE is rock solid regardless of what you're doing. I would say that the video quality is very, very similar, and the photo quality is very similar between these two. So in terms of wind resistance, the Neo has a level 4 wind resistance. So it can handle winds up to 28 kilometers, and it does a good job in most situations. The Mini 2 SE has a level 5 wind rating, so it can handle even stronger winds, and it's even more reliable when it comes to stable footage. So I'd say the Mini 2 SE wins when it comes to both the video and photo quality, as well as what it can do when it handles different wind conditions. Another interesting thing to compare is the battery life. So the Neo has a rated battery life of 18 minutes. You're probably only getting about 12 minutes realistically. I tested it when it went from 100% down to the point that it forced itself to land and it wouldn't fly anymore, and that was 13 or 14 minutes. So probably 12 minutes, you want to bring it in nice and close, maybe even 10 minutes, and then you want to land it well and truly before it forces itself to land. But roughly, let's just say 14 minutes with the Neo. The Mini 2 SE has a rated battery life of 31 minutes, and it also has a bunch of interchangeable batteries. So you can use previous drone models. They have the same battery technology here, the same range of batteries from different mini drones. 31 minutes is to the point that it's forcing itself to land. So maybe you're probably getting about 24 minutes realistically. So you are getting well and truly more battery life from the Mini 2 SE over the Neo. If you are interested in the DJI Neo or the DJI Mini 2 SE, then I will have some links down in the description to check out these two drones. If you're based in Australia, I will have an exclusive offer for my Australian audience. You can use the code DansTube over on the D1 Store's website, d1store.com.au. That is DJI Australia, and you will save on most drones, cameras, and accessories over there. I also will have some exclusive drone bundles as well as some international deals for my audience all over the world. So make sure to check those links down below. So when it comes to the controller options, the Mini 2 SE can only work with the DJI RC N1. So you are getting kilometers of range here, and it does have great video feed and all of that kind of stuff, but you can only use it with the one controller, which is included in the pack, and it is the RC N1. Now, the Neo, amazingly enough, can fly for kilometers as well. Keep in mind, the wind rating, like I said, isn't as strong, and also the battery life isn't as good. So you just want to still keep it nice and close, even though you can fly it for kilometers. But when it comes to the options you have, this is where the Neo really stands out. So firstly, you can use it exclusively without any controller. So there are buttons on the drone. You can hand launch it, hand catch it. It can follow you. It can do circle, helix, rocket, all sorts of fun maneuvers. And that's purely on its own, right? With no controller. Then you can connect it to the app. You have manual controls through the app, and you can use voice controls. So that's pretty cool. And then on top of that, you can also record your audio. So you can hold your phone in front of you and record from the microphone so that you've got video of the drone following you, as well as audio of you talking into your phone. And then from there are a bunch of different controller options. We will have a full list on the screen somewhere to detail all of the different compatible controllers and different ways of using the Neo at the time of me making this video. But that means that the Neo goes from quite a basic drone when we don't look at all of these features to something that has more options, more compatibility than any other DJI drone that we have ever seen. So yes, it's got some limitations. Yes, it's a tiny drone. So battery life, camera quality, wind resistance isn't as good as other drones. But for all those things that it lacks, it makes up for that well and truly with all of these different ways of using the drone. And that means that literally anyone can pick it up and use it. So this really is a perfect travel companion. It's so lightweight, so portable. And like I said, anyone can use it. So you can just give it to someone, you power it on, you then press the button and it will just start launching and it will follow you. If you've got it in a follow mode, it will do a circle and you've got a bunch of different options. So if we look at it compared to the Mini 2 SE, yes, this is a great drone experience and it has a lot of the same kind of quick shot modes, but it doesn't have a following mode. So the Mini 2 SE, you can't follow, you can't do any sort of tracking modes. Both of them don't have obstacle avoidance, but the Neo can do active track through the controller. It can do a follow mode without the controller, and it's still got all of those same quick shot modes that we're getting with the Mini 2 SE. So the Neo really is a feature-packed offering, and then the fact that you can turn this into an FPV experience really just takes it to the next level. This is a great starting point for people who are beginners and for people who want to get more out of their drone. This is great, right? Because straight when you're in the DJI ecosystem, you can literally buy it just as the drone, and then you could slowly add to it. You can get a different controller, you could then get the motion controller and the goggles, you could then go into full FPV once you've practiced in a FPV simulator. The Neo really does open up a bunch of options, so it does have some huge calling cards when it comes to that. The other thing to mention is if you are a beginner drone pilot, maybe you've just got one of these drones or your friend, family member, loved one just got themselves a beginner drone, make sure to check out the Fearless Drone Academy. I created this course from the ground up to make you a fearless drone pilot, to help you become fearless and confident when you fly your drone. So check out fearlessdrone.academy, use the code DansTube to save over there. So this is quite an interesting comparison because I know that the Mini 2 SE is a hugely successful drone. I see all the comments on my videos and I see how many views those videos got. So I know a lot of people have the Mini 2 SE. It's a solid drone, it's a great price point, and it gives you everything you need. It's got great range, it's got great flight performance, it's got a decent camera on it, 2.7K, great for socials, and it's just overall a great experience, right? It's very reliable and it's got a bunch of different quick shot modes. So it's great as a beginner drone. And I would say that's where you would be getting this for. If you want something that's just a reliable standard drone, a standard mini drone that's going to get you the shots, that's going to be reliable in most conditions, the Mini 2 SE really does have you covered. But if you're looking for something just a little bit more versatile, something that's going to give you more joy, I would say, the Neo really is the one to go for, because yes, it does have some limitations, which I've mentioned throughout the video, and it's not as good as the Mini 2 SE when it comes to a few different criteria, but this drone will grow on you. The fact that you can learn progressively to get into the FPV, the fact that you can use voice controls, the fact that literally anyone can fly it for you, this can be used without a controller, so it's easy to just pick it up, turn it on. You don't even have to worry about like satellites connecting in and sitting there and calibrating it. You can literally power it on and press and hold the mode button if it's on follow. It's going to launch within the matter of a few seconds. The Mini 2 SE is just going to take a little longer to set up. So this is great for those quick, easy shots, but it also gives you some more pro features with the FPV experience and with some of those other options that you have. So I think for the price point, the Neo is undeniably the most fun that you could probably have with a drone. And it just gives you so many more options to expand your arsenal, your library of accessories and different ways of interacting with the Neo. So really is a lot of fun to use. Keep in mind some of those limitations. Definitely don't fly it too far. Keep in mind that the camera stability is going to be a bit off if it's windy, and also if the camera looks down, I find that it can be a little bit shaky. But outside of that, I found the experience from this was amazing. The video quality isn't the best that I've seen, and so a lot of people might be disappointed with that. I've already seen a few people in the comments saying they were hoping the video quality would be better, but it is usable. It's 4K, it's usable, the photos are fine. It does a good job for socials, right? And to be able to have something like this and learn FPV is where I think this is going to really stand out to a lot of people. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your support, and I'll chat to you in the next one. Peace.